Ever been on the receiving end of a bully, or perhaps been the one dishing out the pain? Today, we dive into the world of bullying. Bullying is a phenomenon that has permeated our societies for as long as we can remember. It comes in many forms: physical, verbal, social, and now, even in the digital world. From playground scuffles to cyber torment, it's a widespread issue that affects people of all ages, backgrounds, and walks of life. At some point, you may have found yourself in one of two roles: the victim or the perpetrator. As the victim, you may have felt helpless, isolated, or humiliated, a target for someone else's misplaced anger or insecurity. On the other hand, as the bully, you may have exerted power and dominance, perhaps as a means to mask your own insecurities or to fit into a certain group. Now it's time for some introspection. Have you ever laughed at a classmate's expense, spread rumors, or excluded someone from your group? Or perhaps you've been the one left out, the subject of cruel jokes, or the target of relentless teasing. These are all forms of bullying, and it's crucial to acknowledge them as such. Bullying doesn't just affect the victim, it affects the perpetrator and the bystanders too. It creates a toxic environment of fear, distrust, and negativity. It's a cycle, one that can only be broken by awareness, understanding, and action. It's essential to realize that ignorance can often lead to bullying. We fear what we don't understand, and this fear often manifests as aggression or exclusion. But ignorance is not a permanent state. It can be overcome by seeking knowledge, embracing differences, and fostering a culture of respect and acceptance. If you're a bully, it's important to ask yourself why. Are you unhappy, jealous, or facing difficulties? Remember, talking bad about others reflects more about you than them. And if you're being bullied, remember, you're not alone. Speak up, seek help, and always remember, you are worthy of love and respect. Bullying is a widespread problem, and it's time we take a stand against it. To understand the impact of bullying, we'll share some real-life stories. The first story is about a girl named Emily. Emily moved to a new school halfway through the year. She was a bit different from her classmates. She wore glasses, had a unique sense of humor, and loved reading books. Instead of embracing her uniqueness, her classmates saw it as an opportunity to bully her. They'd call her nerdy, weird, and a bookworm. Emily would come home crying almost every day, feeling lonely and misunderstood. But Emily chose not to let the bullies define who she was. She continued reading, knowing that books were her escape and solace. Today, Emily is a successful author, using her experiences to write stories that empower young people to embrace their uniqueness. Our next story is about a boy named Alex. Alex was an exceptional soccer player, and his classmates were envious of his skills. They started spreading false rumors about him, making fun of his passion for the sport. The bullying was so severe that Alex stopped playing soccer, his confidence shattered. But a coach noticed his talent and encouraged him to continue playing. Alex built his resilience and learned to ignore the negative comments. Today, Alex is a professional soccer player, inspiring other young athletes to follow their passion, despite the hurdles they may face. Now, let's move on to Jenny's story. Jenny was a cheerful girl who loved to dance. However, she was bullied online because of her size. The bullies made fun of her appearance, and their hurtful comments made Jenny feel self-conscious. She stopped dancing and became increasingly isolated. With time, Jenny realized that the bullies were wrong, and she shouldn't let them ruin her love for dance. She started dancing again, this time with more confidence and determination. Today, Jenny is a dance instructor, teaching young girls to love themselves and their bodies, and to never let anyone dim their shine. The last story is about a boy named Ethan. Ethan was very shy and introverted. He was often teased and ridiculed for being quiet. The bullying made Ethan believe that there was something wrong with him. But with the help of a supportive teacher, Ethan learned to appreciate his introverted nature. He found comfort in writing, which became his way of expressing himself. Today, Ethan is a renowned poet, using his words to convey the beauty of silence and introspection. These stories serve as a stark reminder of the destructive effects of bullying. But more importantly, they also show us the power of resilience, self-love, and courage. They teach us that our differences make us unique, not strange or inferior. They remind us that it's okay to ask for help, to stand up against bullying, and to always choose kindness over cruelty. Everyone has a story, and everyone's story is important. Let's make sure that our stories are filled with respect, understanding, and love, rather than pain and torment. Now that we've seen the dark side of bullying, it's time to shed light on the power of positivity. Imagine a world where every day we find something nice to say about each person we meet. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? But here's the thing. It's not only possible, it's also incredibly powerful. Consider this: a post box for positive messages. A simple box where everyone can drop a note of kindness or appreciation about a classmate. It doesn't have to be anything grand, just something genuine, something that shows you see the good in them. Imagine the joy of receiving such a message unexpectedly on a rough day. It's like a ray of sunshine breaking through a clouded sky. But positivity isn't just about saying nice things. It's about embracing and celebrating our differences. It's about understanding that each of us is a unique blend of cultural backgrounds, physical attributes, and skill sets. It's about not judging a book by its cover, but by the story it tells. And let's be honest, we all have moments when we envy someone else's life. But remember, we all walk our own paths. The person who seems to struggle today may soar tomorrow, and vice versa. Life is not a race, but a journey to be savored. Sometimes it's hard to remember that when someone speaks ill of others, they're likely to do the same about you. Do you really want to hang out with someone like that? Choose your company wisely. Surround yourself with those who uplift, not those who tear down. If you ever find yourself acting like a bully, pause and ask yourself, why? Often those who bully are struggling themselves. They may seem popular, but how many people are with them out of fear, not respect? And if you're being bullied, remember, you are worthy. You deserve love and respect. Don't let anyone make you feel otherwise. Stand tall, seek help, and keep shining your light. In a world where you can be anything, choose to be kind. Bullying doesn't just affect the victim. Let's take a moment to understand the bully's perspective. Often, when we think of bullies, we envision someone mean and cruel, someone who derives pleasure from causing pain. But the reality is often much more complex. Bullies aren't born, they're made, molded by circumstances and events that we, as observers, may not fully comprehend. Many bullies act out because they themselves are experiencing unhappiness or difficulties. They might be dealing with personal problems or struggling with feelings of insecurity. It's possible they're using bullying as a misguided attempt to establish control, to regain a sense of power they feel they've lost somewhere along the way. It's also possible that they're acting out of jealousy. Maybe they see something in their victims, something they wish they had, and instead of dealing with these feelings in a healthy, constructive way, they resort to bullying. It's a way of externalizing their internal struggles, a way of saying, I'm hurting, so I'm going to make someone else hurt too. That's not to say that bullying is ever justified. It's not. It's harmful, it's hurtful, and it's wrong. But understanding why it happens is crucial if we want to prevent it. We must remember that every person has a story, a background that shapes their actions. Instead of judging, we should seek to understand, to empathize. We should encourage those who are acting as bullies to seek help, to find healthier ways of dealing with their emotions. We should remind them that it's okay to feel upset, it's okay to feel angry, it's okay to feel hurt. But it's not okay to hurt others. And if you're someone who's been acting as a bully, it's important to recognize that. It's important to ask yourself why you're acting this way and to seek help if you need it. It's never too late to change. It's never too late to choose kindness, to choose empathy, to choose understanding. Understanding the reasons behind bullying is the first step to prevention. Bullying is a problem, but we can all be part of the solution. It begins with recognizing the signs and taking action. If you witness or experience bullying, don't stay silent. Speak up, report it to someone you trust, be it a teacher, a parent, or a friend. Keeping a record of incidents can be helpful in getting the issue addressed. In this digital era, bullies can reach into our safe spaces through screens. Be mindful of what you share online. Overexposure can, unfortunately, provide ammunition for those who seek to harm. Protect your privacy, and remember, it's okay to take a step back from the online world. Seek help if you need it. Numerous resources are available, from hotlines to support groups, where you can find solace and assistance. Remember, you have the power to make a difference. Stand up against bullying today. Each of us can contribute to a kinder, more understanding world.